Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Tapping Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. MST, I come live here in my private Facebook group, also in a couple other groups that are free groups that I've started. If you're interested, I can drop the link here. Maybe just let me know, and I'll add you. I'll add the link so that you can join some of those free groups where I offer some more of what I teach, the modalities that I teach every day in my wellness studio called A Beautiful Surprise. So today we're going to do a tapping session together. We are going to do a tapping session together. I kind of like slurred that word, but we are going to do an EFT tapping session together. And we're going to lean into the energy of today, which is the eight. The eight, I always immediately, when I think of the number eight, envision this infinity symbol. So this, you can just envision what the eight looks like, turn it sideways, turn it up and down, whichever way you want to take it. But the eight really wants to amplify. It wants to cruise along what it knows already, what's already been created, and make it bigger and make it faster and make it more expansive and more. I love the energy of the eight. And so just in case, I'll introduce my name, or I'll introduce who I am here in case you are maybe catching me for the first time live ever. My name is Chantel, and I own a wellness studio, a total mind, body, soul wellness and alignment, all collaborating and playing really fun together with the ego. And it's a studio called A Beautiful Surprise. And I have a brick and mortar in a suburb of Salt Lake City, but I also teach virtual Zoom to everyone all over the world. And I have one-on-one clients that I work privately with, as well as groups that I have created. And so let's talk about that group that I mentioned just a little bit here before we go into the actual EFT tapping session, especially as we're coming off the full moon energy, right? So we are universally in an 8 energy day, at least in the Western United States. So if you're a little bit more ahead of the time, so to speak. So for example, my dad is from a small island in the South Pacific called Tonga. And because they are the closest proximity to the equator, they actually hold time, meaning that they are the first ones that 12:01:01 clicks. They're the first one to experience the brand new year. And then everything else kind of follows suit along with that. So I say that because we are experiencing an 8 energy day, and you might be experiencing the beginnings of the 9, kind of leading into what tomorrow is bringing you. What we're all experiencing, if you are on Earth right now, is this full moon energy that came in last night, which was absolutely, I hope you had a chance to walk outside. I happened to be at a local farmer's market. It was my city's, what they call the health bash kind of thing. And I was representing my studio, and I came back to the studio. I was unloading all of the equipment that I had taken over there. And as I was doing so, I turned around and I saw the moon just peek over the mountain. And so I stood there and I just watched it come all the way up until you could see the very bottom of the moon over the top of the mountain. And if you've ever tried to take a picture of the full moon with your iPhone, you know that the full moon's like, you don't get to capture all of my beauty. So I got some really amazing photos, especially of her like shining right through some trees, but nothing that like can really give you the experiment of actually just like standing and basking in the glow of this gorgeous full moon. And the full moon really comes in and it reminds me, and maybe it can start to remind you now also, that we are cyclical beings. We are meant to cycle through. We are meant to come to our full potential. And then we are meant to retreat back and go within. And then we are meant to kind of shine a little bit brighter, right? As we build back up to the new moon. And so understanding the moon's energy really has helped me to understand myself also, and to understand that I don't always have to be on and go, go, go. I'm meant to retreat. I'm meant to go within. I am meant to reflect and to get really, really fucking dark, just like the moon. And so just like a little reminder, as you know, we're coming off that full moon. I'm speaking of the group that I created. It's a free group. I went in there a couple weeks ago and I did an hour-long session where I infused some distance Reiki, and we did the Ho'oponopono. And so if you don't know what that is, or you know what that is, I'm just going to invite you to go over there. And you're still riding this wave of the full moon energy, which is really asking you to release. It's asking you to let go of something you're holding on to that no longer serves you, quite possibly never served you, but consciously that forefront of our human brain that thought that we had to hold on to it because it was what we knew as safe, it can let go. It can release it in order to really step into what it is that you're wanting to create. So I'll drop that link to the group here in just a few hours. And so you can go in there and you can follow along. It's the one that I call it the Ho'oponopono. I didn't name it that, but I call that as as you go into that group so you can follow along. Gift yourself an hour, set aside an hour's worth of time, and anything that you feel like you need to let go of, you need to release. This could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing. Evidently, it could be a noun. I've been doing 7-year-old homework with her. It could be really anything, an experience, something that you've been holding on to that you are ready to let go of in order to really call in your future. All right, everyone, take a deep breath. Here we go into the 8 energy of today. So it's the light side of this, in alignment with yourself. The energy that you might be feeling is something like, let's go, let's do this, I'm ready, right? So momentum, it's picking up the pace. It's taking everything that you've already created where you're at, and let's make it bigger, let's make it faster, let's make it go, go, go. I can hear a little bit of my echo right now, which is totally fine, Rebecca. She's in the other room waiting for her Pilates class to start. And so she's tapping with me here. That's the go, go, go. Rebecca's like online. She's scheduling out her Pilates classes and she's doing this tapping session before she goes into Pilates. That's the light side of this 8 energy. I've got some momentum. I'm booking the physical stuff. I'm going to follow along and do this tapping stuff. That's what I love. I love hearing what I can hear in the other room right now as she's going to tap with me. That's right. That's what feels good. What feels good as far as like in your body, that feels like I got this. I know this. I'm doing this. On the shadow side of that, or on the darker side, or however you want to frame it, if you are not fully in alignment with what it is that you're wanting to create, if there's maybe a disconnect somewhere in the heart and the mind, then you might be feeling nearly the opposite of that. Maybe some anxiety, maybe some chaos, maybe some like, whoa, hold on. This isn't what I ordered. This isn't what I want. And this is what I used to do. I would throw it all away. Forget it. I'm going to start all over again. You don't have to start all over again. You just stop and take a pause, take a breath right now, and ask yourself, what is it that I am really wanting to create for my life? What is it that I really so desire? Because what you desire, what you want, also wants you back. When it is in coherence with your heart and your mind, you make that decision, and absolutely nothing can stop it. The universe will always support you. The kicker, you have to support yourself first. You got your back first. You take care of you. The trickle effect of that is you then impact and you help take care of others around you, your immediate family, your friends, your community. That goes out into the universe. And the universe reflects and mirrors that back to you. The universe takes care of itself first. It takes care of the masses and then the individual. So here we go. Let's go ahead and tap. As long as you're in a safe place to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. Just get a little bit more comfortable. Here's what I like to remind myself, if I haven't already several times today, that I'm in this body, right? I am this soul that is having this experience inside my physical body, and that I honor my body just as much as I honor my soul. Let's take a deep breath. And if you know the tapping points, you can keep your eyes closed if you like. Otherwise, you can open your eyes and follow along with me. We're going to tap right on the side of your hand, and you're just going to tap like you would tap on a table, right? Just firm but soft. And you're going to repeat after me. Say this out loud. Even though I don't have it all figured out, I love and accept myself anyways. Even though sometimes I can get so overwhelmed with life, I'm starting to realize that overwhelmment really is expansion. Even though I've got so many goals coming up, I'm going to allow myself to focus on one right now. Let's go to the top of the head. So what I'd like you to do right here is start to think of one goal, quite possibly the first thing that came to mind, kind of came to the very forefront of your mind. Focus on that goal. Just think about it. And then let's move to the eyebrow point. Mhm. And say, as I think about this goal, side of the eye, this goal that I want to create in my life, underneath the eyes. Once upon a time, it seemed like it was so far-fetched. Underneath the nose. I can remember a time when I thought about this goal and I thought it's never going to happen. Underneath the mouth. And now when I think about it, collarbone points, I'm curious about the possibilities. Underneath the arms. Right there. I'm going to allow myself to stay thinking about this goal. Underneath the chest. And I'm going to let the goal get bigger and brighter and bolder right now. Let's go to the wrist point. And if I'm being really honest with myself, there's still a little bit of hesitation. Let's go to the top of the head. There's something lingering deep down within me. Eyebrow point. That's kind of wondering if it's truly possible. Side of the eye. I wonder what it would take. Underneath the eyes to completely uproot this old limiting belief. Underneath the nose. This sliver of a belief that still exists within me. Underneath the mouth. That's doubtful. Collarbone point. I wonder if whatever that thing is, I could choose to give it to myself now. Take a deep breath there. Let's go ahead and stop. And maybe really reflect there for just a moment. What is it that you have been seeing yourself as separate as? That one thing, something that I hear a lot from my private clients that I work with is that just that little sliver of belief that they are worthy enough of having that extra thing. So many of the people that I work with, they're very successful in one main area of their life. So either they're really successful in their careers, or they're really successful in their relationships, or with different aspects of their life. But there's something that's just like kind of like that linchpin that brings it all together. And it's that one little glimmer of hope that they feel like, well, I've got I've got the amazing career, I've got the money, or I've got the relationship. How dare I want that much more? And it's that little kind of like disconnect, that little one-off pivot that they have been holding on to and believing that they are not truly worthy of having absolutely everything that they desire. And so this is the 8 energy today coming in and saying, no, actually, you can have it all. You can have this mental, emotional, physical mastery for your entire life. You can have absolutely everything you have right now and just keep on creating it. And so as you just maybe just allow my voice here to kind of just seep into your pores and see how you feel about just allowing that in for now. And let's go ahead and tap right on the side of the hand again, right? So we're disrupting the amygdala in the brain that goes into fight or flight and says, that ain't happening. There's no way, right? When we tap on the side and the meridian points here on the side of our hands, take a deep breath. Even though I have an old, archaic way of thinking about things sometimes, I am open to dropping that today. Whew, I feel that I'm ready to sneeze. I feel that so much. We're going to say that again. Even though sometimes I can think in a very old, limiting way. A way that's outdated and it's no longer true. I am open to dropping that old belief system now. Even if I am the only one around me that believes this way. I am going to choose me and my future from here on out. Let's go to the top of the head. What do I want to choose? Eyebrow point. I can literally make the choice right now. Do I want to go back to the old archaic way of believing? Side of the eye. That some people are just really lucky. Underneath the eyes. That some people just have the steps. Underneath the nose. That some people have an advantage. Underneath the mouth. That I never had. Collarbone point. Or deep breath, everyone. Do I want to choose something so brand new? Underneath the arms. Something that I've been kind of playing around with in the back of my mind. Underneath the chest. Something that when I really feel into it, I can feel my heart want to explode. Wrist point. That thing that is the wave of the future. Top of the head. That new thing is the whole new way of seeing the world. Eyebrow point. It's allowing the universe to take me faster, further, and with so much more ferocity. Side of the eye. And all of this happens because I choose me first. Underneath the eyes. I choose to believe now, moving forward. Underneath the nose. That everything that I used to believe from before. Underneath the mouth is no longer needed. Collarbone point. I am changing the future generations. Underneath the arms, I am changing my DNA. Underneath the chest. I can hear my ancestors thanking me now. Wrist point, but most importantly, I am doing this for me. Take a deep breath. From here, go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to tap on the side of the nail beds. This is our third round. And you can take your hands and place them in your lap. I'm just going to keep mine in the screen for anyone that maybe has never seen this before, but you're just going to tap on the side of the nail bed. Innately switch at about 5 to 10. Bring the attention down into your heart. And allow your heart to start to feel even more full. Amplifying and expanding the energy of today, of releasing what no longer serves you, and receiving what feels like your future. And now bring your attention to that goal that you thought of when we first started tapping. Bring that goal to the forefront of your mind. Pull it down into your heart. Let the vision get brighter. Let it get more crisp. Let it get bigger. Start to notice anything else that might come up for you. Maybe as you look off to one side, you notice something that you didn't notice before. Maybe you notice a person or an object. And you're just allowing this vision to get bigger and brighter and bolder as you remind yourself that the brain doesn't know the difference between a memory and a visualization. So you are literally writing your future as you allow yourself to stay in this vision. Maybe you can hear some sounds. Maybe you can pick up on some scents. Knowing that when you see this in your mind's eye, the brain will create it. The brain will create it because you've pulled it down into the heart and you are in coherence. Now see yourself walking towards this vision. Get closer to it. Get so close to it that you actually step into it. You become it. You're living in it. Who you are now is already that future vision of yourself. It's absorbed in you. And from here, take one more deep breath. Let's go hand over hand and your hands on your heart, and with your eyes closed still in your mind's eye, I'd like you to look around at this vision that you've created for yourself and ask what's next. And whatever came up for you, I invite you to follow through. Deep breath when you feel ready. You wiggle your fingers or you wiggle your toes with excitement. You can open your eyes back up, ready to come back into this time and space and reality. Excited to create the vision that you have for yourself in your life. This was amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Hey, Rosalie. Hey, Christine. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I love you all. I love these Tapping Tuesdays. I love feeling the energy with you, whether you're here live with me or on the replay. And as always, I invite you to share this video out, mention friends, families, anyone that you feel like could really use it and benefit, leverage the energy of today and tap with us. I will drop the link down below. Hey, Mocha, and I will see you all soon. Have a great day.